This is Chandra from Mac Technologies. Welcome to Topbrass. Today we have a very eminent personality on the show, Mr. Neville Gant, who is the MD of MindFit Limited. And today's topic of discussion is about, what we can do to bring our business online. So before I ask this question from Neville, let me give a bit of background. Last week, there was a news that both Zoom platform and Hangouts opened their softwares for free for everyone. So although it is a free platform where you can have one-to-one communication, but last week, both these platforms allowed the full version for everyone until July. The impact of this is that many businesses who are doing physical activity can do it online while there is a isolation is enforced by various countries. So, Neville, this is a very remarkable change in the industry, the way we do business. What do you think we should do to bring our business online?
Well, good morning, CK. Good morning, everybody else. It was a real leap of faith by Zoom and Google Hangouts, literally last week. And in many respects, it should revolutionize the digital transformation, because the digital transformation actually has been slowing down. People have not been moving to the cloud. They've not been taking that leap of faith into becoming digital. What do I mean by that? Well, we have got an analog type mind. We go from A to B to C to D. And the beautiful thing about digital is it allows you to move all over, like a scattergun. You know, you can create algorithms to go here, 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 and really do almost anything you want in the digital space, even when you're asleep. Because your website is there 24/7, not like your business cards that are stuck in your wallet, and are only passed around when you go on a networking basis. So what Zoom and Google Hangouts have done is they've given the impetus for people to say, what do I need to do to go online? And we already see a lot of people moving down that route. I mean, I've seen I watch breakfast TV in the morning. I have my cup of coffee and I get an overview of not just what's happening in the UK, but what's happening globally. And today, the biggest highlight was lots of these trainers, personal trainers, have gone online. So rather than going to the gym, they're doing their training sessions, by the way, for free. That magical word, that everyone says, is it free? Oh, I'll have some of that then. They're going online and doing it. And there's one guy that had 2 million people on their YouTube channel yesterday on a live presentation. It wasn't costing them anything. They were doing their own workout anyway. So they were doing something they were normally doing, but they had 2 million followers. And guess what? Because all the kids are now at home too, the majority were kids. A whole new audience had come to this person. And we're seeing it with other presenters as well. We're seeing, I believe Darcy Bussell has got, the ballerina that then went on to Strictly Come Dancing. He's doing online workshops for free. They're giving it away. They're encouraging people to come and say, this is who I am, this is what I do, come and have some fun. And that word fun is the bit that we need to focus a little bit on today, because a lot of businesses don't have fun. They really don't know why they're around. They want to make money. Well, now is an opportunity to move online and think of what you have to do to your business to make it digital. Accolmac is an absolute classic. You know, in some parlances, before the internet, Accolmac would have been a networking event company, bringing people from all over the local arena into an event, because that's the only thing that a network could do. But now you're a great network online, but who's really using it? Who of your customers are really taking the mantle and saying, well, I'm online because of the capability that Accolmac has given me, and I'm now going to drive it, and I'm going to create my online presence. And what that means is this is going to become normal. Your face, because that's who you are. I mean, until people see what MindFit does, who do they see MindFit is? Me. Who do they see your passport to grow is? Me. You know, and don't be worried about it. This isn't being selfish or over promotional. This is being comfortable in who you are and what you're doing and who you're doing it for. So here you go. You've been nodding away here. I've been talking far too much as ever. So does this make sense, CK? You know, is Accolmac now, you know, as it transitioned into this great online network community?
Neville, let me try and answer this question. Personally, as an entrepreneur, I had complete faith on the online medium, even before this situation of social isolation became reality today.
Yep.
So 3 years back, when we started this company, we wanted to focus on online. And therefore, we created this platform called Topbrass, which allows personal branding and company branding very easy for the startups and SMEs. And I'm very proud to say that in last 3 years, we have been able to build a network of 1 million CXOs worldwide. And so it's a B2B network, and the startup and SMEs can leverage this network by talking about themselves. What this platform do is basically help the CXOs to, to basically sell themselves. As you said, this is going to become a reality. So the point is the Topbrass allows CEOs and top executives to sell themselves in order to sell their services and their products. So if you can't sell yourself, the chances are you will not be able to sell your products also. So this is a strong platform that allows the CXOs to go and talk about what they feel about their product, about the industry, about investor community, about the growth path. This shows the maturity of a person, and hence you create an image. Hence, the person can create a certain level of maturity, business maturity and etiquettes, which will help you sell your products from the company. So this is exactly what we are providing, Neville. I'm quite happy that we have about 1,500 SMEs and startup using it globally, and this number is poised to grow. So there are two growth that we are seeing. One is the B2B network is growing on one side. That means more and more people are coming and joining, and the user community is also growing because now the B2B network is strong enough for the SMEs and startup to address. So I think even before the social isolation became a reality, which I'm personally presuming that it is going to be there for next couple of years, because whatever we are seeing today is not going to go away just by 2 weeks of isolation.
No.
So my urge to the SMEs and startup is to get online, get onto a platform like Topbrass, change the way you do business. Try to bring online into your, how do you do your marketing? How do you do your branding? And Topbrass can be one of the very low cost, high value tool for any CXOs who would like to address the B2B community.
Gotcha. And that was so rich because you explained your journey, and that's what people want to hear. You know, someone's going to buy from you, they want to hear about you. What makes you tick? Why are you doing it? Because there's lots of other people that are doing it out there. You know, just from networking platforms generally, Facebook is a networking platform. Twitter is a networking platform. WeChat is a networking platform. And LinkedIn is supposedly the professional networking platform. So you may have been able to escape the digital world until now, but this isolation, as you say, is not just a couple of weeks. It's not even a couple of months. What's happened to the world is very akin to what happened to the world in 2008-9 with the financial crisis. Then we should have been rushing online. Everyone should have been looking at doing things differently. There is a worldwide audience. Lots of your current clients on your platform don't just sell locally, they sell globally. They have no idea where their next sale will come from. You know, some people have got online shops. I mean, Amazon is the biggest online shop in the world. And I bet a lot of your CXOs and a lot of the employees of these companies that you know and are connected to are using Amazon for all sorts of things. So this isn't different, but it might be different to what you're doing as an organization currently. I mean, not everyone is as beautiful and handsome as you and I. You know, a lot of people have got a face for radio, as they say, you know, so you actually don't see anybody here, you know, all you see is the hand. Well, the thing is, don't talk to the hand. You know, you've got to be that online presence. We struggled in the first days of MindFit because fundamentally a lot of people say, well, you're professional coaches. Yep, we are. That's one thing we do. And we can coach one-to-one on this or Skype or any other medium that you care to do, including without seeing somebody on the telephone. So there's lots of digital capability that's out there that we will have utilized in a one-to-one. And many people then said, well, you can't run a workshop online. Now, listen to the words. You can't run a workshop online. Well, there's a little map behind me that perhaps you can't see the word can't, but it's down the bottom of the map. There it is, can't do. You've got to get out of that can't do mentality, because frankly, you can do anything that you put your mind to. So we took that challenge several years ago and said, okay, we're not practicing what we preach here. We're listening to people saying, you can't do workshops online, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do the other. Well, let's say, okay, we need to be a can-do. So what can we do? So we started to practice with workshops online. And I've got to say, it wasn't easy, because when we started to do it, the digital connectivity wasn't that good. So in the early 2000s, we didn't have, you know, great opportunities like this, huge broadband capability. Because without good broadband, you can't do this. I remember the days of AOL, you know, dial-up, where you used to type in the number and it went, you know, and then all of a sudden you're in, you know. Yeah, we are old, everybody.
Yeah, but you know, many times that sound that you made will repeat it once again.
Exactly. And you think, am I connected? Have I got this, you know? Am I now connected? And I see this AOL thing go round and round and round. And we haven't done any better, actually. That timer's gone now, but we still see this thing go round and round and round and round. In other words, you're in your TARDIS in the Doctor Who arena somewhere, but you're not quite sure where you've gone. So yeah, it wasn't easy. But the thing is, we knew we had to do it, because if you're going to scale your business, if it's going to work for you overnight while you're asleep, if you're thinking of franchising your business, on a global basis and getting clients from all over the world, then the only way to do it is digital. You need to have the online presence. And, Topbrass is perfect. It's done all the hard work for you. All you've got to do is now you've got to use it. It's a bit like when you first create your first website and the web developer comes back to you and say, well, what do you want to put on it? And you think, well, I'm paying you, the developer, to put the website together. A web developer has no idea what you do, how you do it, or how you want to say you do it. They can give you some real nice glossy templates. They can, like a designer can come up with a pop-up like this, but it's a blank sheet of paper as far as they're concerned. They can put things in certain places, but you've got to put the content. And this is where we get divorced from our business. And yet we're totally engaged in our business. When we get this networking opportunity to talk to someone in front of people, you know everything about your business. You're gushing with it. You're passionate. People can see the passion. How do you see the passion in pastel colours on a website? And we've all been there, haven't we? How do we get our message over? And we spend ages on the little design of our business card, because that's relatively straightforward. But we spend very little time about thinking what we do and what all of our messages are doing, not just in our printed material, but in the digital material. Because at least with the printed material, you can rip it up and put it in the bin. And if you don't want to send it out, no one will ever see it. But as soon as you put it in the digital space, it's there forever. It's a permanent record. One thing we know about the internet is as soon as you put something there, you really can't delete it. It's somewhere in someone's data recovery system. It's somewhere now in the cloud, which, by the way, isn't the cloud. It's still a bunch of servers somewhere, physical.
So Neville, this is exactly what Topbrass comes in the picture, because the Topbrass works on a concept called eyeball. So when somebody is looking at the social media digital image or a video, the eyeball plays a major role. So the eyeball is in certain places on the screen of his mobile device or his PC, but so we play on that. We will try to make sure that your promo has the maximum stuff in the eyeball area, and the duration at which the duration for which your content is visible is only 10 to 15 seconds. So first off, you have to design something which is in the eyeball area, and then you have to make sure that it is attractive enough to tickle the bones of your end user or your investor to go and further explore about your company. So this is exactly what we do. We allow this facility to come forward for all the SMEs and startup. The second thing is, at a very low cost, the startups can actually address all social media without any prejudice, because each social media has its importance in promoting the brand and promoting the business. So
Yep.
It is not only LinkedIn which will get you business. There could be a Twitter feed which will give you a business. So Topbrass is a one-stop digital platform which interconnects all social media into one. So you don't waste time in creating multiple formats one is for Twitter, another one for Facebook, another one for Instagram, and so on and so forth. There are so many. There is Tumblr, there is Quora, there is Pinterest. There are so many others as well. So this interconnects all these platforms so that you make one post. Topbrass will take care of formatting. It will take care of eyeball. It will take care of making sure that it has visibility of your brand and your products. And this will give you a cost saving in terms of realigning your workforce, because this is automation. Topbrass is using a lot of automation, and you can realign your workforce into doing something more physical. So this is exactly we try to address and bring to the SMEs and startup so that they can leverage this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, people will hear, actually, there's a lot of work that's gone into this, a lot of hard work, a lot of investment that as an SME owner, you don't even need to know about. You're being educated on this is how you do it. All you've got to do is go and do it. But like anything else, unless someone tells me a lot about their business, I can't talk about their business. And it would take me some time to work out what people's business is, to be able to be fluent as they are in their business. So here's the classic opportunity. While we've got this lockdown, and it will be there for some time, but the more important is, it's only the businesses that are going to be digital that are going to be the really successful businesses as we come out of this pretty difficult time frame. If you haven't got a digital presence, your business will, unless it's very, very local, like the corner shop, and it relies on footfall, so people getting up in the morning and walking past as they walk the dog, and they think, oh yes, I need milk, I need bread, I need a paper, So unless you're in the basic necessities on the high street, you have to be digital. And even now, people in the basic necessities realizing they need to be digital too, because there are some times where it's pretty difficult, and now's the time to deliver. And they're thinking about not delivery in the normal sense, like the paper boy, walking around and with the papers and throwing it, as they used to when I lived in America. It just end up on the lawn. But they're talking about drone delivery. Now, before, we would never have thought of delivery by drone. The perfect delivery is not to your front door, it's to your backyard. Perfectly secure, perfectly safe. They can even take a picture of it when they're disappearing to say, yes, that's definitely your backyard because that's your dog. So all of the capability that we think of as a consumer, let's start thinking of it as a business owner. As a consumer, what do I want from the people that are selling to me? Because guess what? We're all consumers. We may not like to say that, that you are, but we're all consumers. So look at your business as a consumer, because that's one of the best ways to do it. And if you haven't got that capability, then ask one of your employees to look at it as a consumer and tell you all the things that are right and tell you all the things that you can do better. Not that are wrong. Don't use this negative language. We can do better. It's that can-do attitude. And your platform on Topbrass has done all the hard work, just like LinkedIn has done all the hard work and Facebook has done all the hard work. But you've got to put on Topbrass who you are, what you do, why you do it, and drive your business. To me, the only thing difficult in this is starting to do it. And if you haven't got that get up and go, these difficult times shouldn't be the catalyst, but they are the catalyst for a lot of people to do things slightly differently. I know people that are not very good at public speaking, and I've given them loads of advice on how to become a good public speaker. Guess what? Google it. You don't have to come to me for that advice. Just Google it. How to be a public speaker. There will be billions of responses on Google that will tell you how to do it. The thing is, you've got to have your filter on of who's telling you the best way and the right way. So go to the more established experts. Don't go to fake news sites. Governments around the world are closing down all of the fake news. Why? Because they know that you need to have the facts. There's nothing difficult about that. So work with the facts. Go and do something that's going to be of real value to your business, not just today, but it's going to put you on another curve, a trajectory. And when you start to do it, do you know what? It's a lot of fun. Because like anything else, and here's the secret, right? So we need to be quiet about this because we can't tell everybody. Look at who's doing it really well and copy it. Oops. Secret's out the bag. You can copy anybody as long as you don't copy it word for word, because it's your business, it's not theirs. Copy it. If it's really attractive for you, then do what they're doing and adapt it to what you're doing. It's not cheating, it's called being smart. One of the best things you can ever think of is look at some of the really big companies in the world that do lots of great marketing, are on TV doing advertising. And look at the stuff that you get involved with. You know, if you've never looked at adverts like this, you need to start doing it, because guess what? The TV stations are still doing what they've always done. Advertising is still being sold. Go on and look at the next run of TV adverts and just see which ones draw you in. You know, if you look at all of the perfume adverts, typically they're really attractive women. They're not ugly guys unless they're selling male perfume, in which case, guess what? They tend to be really attractive guys. You know, and even if we don't think of men being as attractive as a man, of course there are people that are attractive. But the point is, it's going on to your senses. It's going on to your feelings.
You know,
Go ahead.
You know what? In a male perfume arena, it is an average Joe kind of a guy who's attracting a very beautiful woman. So that's the difference, you know.
But you see, that's what you've observed, okay? And that's important, okay? Because they've captured you. And you're right, I can think of some of those.
Right.
You know, and the point is, they've spent millions of dollars on this advertising campaign. So just think, well, why did they do that? How did they do that? Were they thinking about? Ask all of those questions rather than saying, oh, that was a nice advert. Because anyone can say that. Now look at it from your business point of view and take the messages that have appealed in that arena. Now, not all of the messages, you know, so if you're not into perfume or cosmetics, then you may not immediately think that there is any transition into your business, which is making, you know, glasses. So think of where people use glasses. They use it, you know, to have fun together, to take on a picnic. We've said in one of our shows, you know, a Bic pen and a Montblanc, as far as a lot of people are concerned, is a pen. I use a pen to write. But it makes you and made me feel great to have that Montblanc pen. It was a status symbol. It made me feel great. So if you're selling Montblanc pens or a consumer product which is at the high end, it's feelings that sell the product, not the fact it's a pen. So again, this is real opportunity, to go and look at what other people are doing it. And again, it's a secret because all you got to do is Google it. Google what you do and find out what others do. This isn't hard work, is it?
So Neville, I think you have raised a very important point. And now, since you made this point, I am also thinking that this is exactly Topbrass differentiate our clients. We help them come out of the Me Too syndrome. Because if everybody's talking
Absolutely.
about the same thing, how do you differentiate? So we actually help them create a differentiation from Me Too. And that is why Topbrass gives them power and facility to be more creative rather than follow the 90% of the world, because they can leverage the online platform which is Topbrass. They can the CXOs can think how they can make a difference, what will make them tick with the investors and the clients, and then they can talk about it. So it is not necessary that you talk about your perfume or your product. So when I say perfume is the product, but you can make a difference in how do you project your business and your company, and Topbrass will help you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, utilize the resources that are at your control. And a lot of people don't look further than the end of their nose. Well, now's the opportunity.
Right.
You may not think you've got plenty of time on your hands, but you're a very successful business, and you will be successful once again when all of this, nonsense is out of the way. It's really important. It's a serious issue. I don't want to belittle the issues that we're facing as a global community, but the sun will shine tomorrow. Are you in the best place you can be to take advantage of the sun shining? And it's a simple question we can all ask. So the message is to go digital, use the great platforms that are there, Google what you do as a business and find out what others are doing, and then copy it, because that's all you've got to do. I'm not talking about plagiarism here, because this is still your business. If you sell trainers, then, running trainers, then there's a huge market outside of your door. And it's a global market, potentially, if you've got that one trainer that no one else has got. So we're not worried. We don't get paid for any promotion on here. But guess what? One of the biggest training manufacturers in the trainer manufacturing world is Nike, or Adidas, or Puma, or Slazenger. And guess what? If you Google who makes trainers, bingo, it'll come and tell you. How do they market it? Go and look, see what they do. They don't sell a trainer. They sell a feeling. That feeling is related to the brand. That brand, the Nike swoosh, the Nike tick, which is fantastic because they got to the saying, just do it, before we were around. But you can tap into that. And you can have fun doing it and put the fun back in the business. So the message today is go digital. Don't put reasons why you can't. Go and do it.
Yes, Neville, actually, thank you so much for giving us this wisdom. Most of the countries are in lockdown state for past 10 days. And business are thinking what is going to happen. Maybe the lockdown will be over in next 10 days and so, but 20 days are wasted. So I think the point that you are trying to make today for our viewers is that don't waste your 20 days. Change the way you do business. Come on the digital platform. Don't lose number of days or months. still maintain the same level of interaction with the clients and investor community, use the digital platform. It's an outstanding advice that you have given us, Neville. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. And the thing is, it is so simple, but you've got to go and do it. Don't put it off. Don't go and make a cup of tea when you put this video down. Go and do it and have fun doing it, because you'll come out of the other side in a far better position and you'll be a lot happier.
Thank you, Neville. It is always pleasure talking to you. I will catch you again, same time next Tuesday. Until then, bye-bye, take care and be safe.
Bye-bye, CK, and definitely be